Making some progress. So I'm doing this from the rig again. I do like the other background better, but I've got to get the camera out and a bunch of stuff. This is just probably cuts down about half an hour on my making these videos time. So we'll see if we can figure out a workflow that speeds it up a little bit. But what I'm gonna say is we had a pretty good week. We spent most of it doing the sprint series and not so much time doing the Michelin Pilot Challenge IMSA series, which is the series that has the two different car classes. That series, the Michelin Pilot Challenge series, was at Long Beach this week, and in our first race we did get our best time. It was a 1:30 3:35, and we were around that for our fastest laps in the other two races we did. Here are the stats for that series. And we had an average start of 7th and an average finish of 7th, totaling 49 laps. And that brings our stats in that series to an overall average start of 6th and an overall average finish of also 6th. I will have this to say about Long Beach in the multi-class races. Don't do it. Be prepared. Every one I've done, somebody gets hung up on the rolling start in the hairpin. And then for me, just being in the slower class car stresses me out to no end on that track. You can't. There's no runoff area. If you make a mistake, you just hit a wall, and it was not a good time. Here, check out this little fun happening that we had at the hairpin. I've recently recalibrated my brakes a couple times, and it's getting used to them that I need to do. The other thing, though, is that I've got a bad habit of this is gonna be a nightmare. Should have started from the pits. Steering's all jacked. And then I can probably dig up a clip of me freaking out when there's a faster class car approaching. I didn't handle the stress well. Sorry if I'm not reading chat. I know I'm kind of ignoring it, but this is requiring all my formidable brain power to do this.
So I'm going to clear up in my taking the virus journey of our races even more, if you're just going to hold me up. You can still me by.
Go, man.
Blue flag.
We did do a lot better though at Okayama in our the touring car challenge series. We started out with a best lap on our first race of a 1:42.242, and we got that down to a 1:39.778. Our average start this week was 7th, and our average finish was 6th. More on that later. We did about 176 laps of racing total. I focused on that one. That brings our series stats to an overall average start of 7th and an overall average finish of 7th. Remember last season during this series, our average start was 7th and our average finish was 8th. We're trying to beat that, and we're a little bit ahead of it. here's the stats from this week. You'll see we did get a fair number of podiums I've highlighted there for you. On yesterday, from my day of recording this, that would have been Sunday night, I decided to do some extra racing. I usually work on these videos Sundays and Mondays, but I thought we had such a good Saturday night that we could continue getting places that were higher than 5th place, which is where our average start and finishes were going into that extra day. So I figured, hey, let's try and goose it up a little bit more, try and get the numbers a little bit better. Didn't work out like that. So what happened, you ask? Well, we got a 2nd place early on in the week, and I can't really remember that without going back to look at the videos. We'll put a little clip in here for you.
Go, go, go.
I hate doing that unless I'm gonna be able to be like super far ahead of everybody.
Nice one, Josh. Good start. On your right. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right.
Yeah, like I said, I think this split, so I think we'll do all right as long as we can hold our stuff together. And I think this David guy is like quicker than us, so I think he's gonna be taken off at some point. Whew. That's a ballsy move.
I did everything I had at that final lap.
What was that?
Well done, Josh.
I
Great
did
drive.
everything I
That was
could.
podium. Nice one.
Just held it off. Situation.
Dude, I was sweating bullets there. But basically, I felt like I was way off pace for most of the week. And as it happens with these, generally the way I start out, I can like going to sleep and sleeping on my knowledge that I have tends to get, but your brain kind of focuses on things and corrects things while you're in your sleep state. That's the way sleep works. That's part of the reason why scientists think we sleep, to do some problem solving. And I was able to cut off chunks of time on my lap times I would get a little bit better over the day, but it's that sleep period that really made the big differences. So I was hunting those 139s for the better part of the week, and we were getting down to where we were getting pretty good consistent mid 140s, and we were getting like 140.06 or stuff like that on the night before the last one I did, Saturday night. So I'm like, man, this is also a reason why I did those extra races. Like, man, if I had one more night, I know we could get in the 139s, and well, sure enough, here you go.
Your lap time was at 140.34. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 1 is quick.
Question is, if I get that 139 in practice, is it gonna make me happy? Or does it have to be in a race?
Your sector 2 time is quick.
So I think we might have, I think we've got it here. I think this will be a 139. Boom! Woohoo!
Your lap time was 139.86.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull that off again. But hey, we got it. So with those 139s in hands and all those P2s and stuff, because we were getting those when the race would split, when we got more than when you get more than 20 cars signed up for the race, it splits it up based on your iRating. And your iRating is kind of the game's judgment of how good you are, although you can kind of fudge it a little bit. I think mine is a little inflated right now because I've been focusing so much on this one series. I'm good at this series, but if I hop into anything else, I'm not. But so we've been gaining iRating pretty steadily throughout the week. I think it's at 1100 right now. And on that last day, we started getting splits, and instead of being in the slow group, we are at the bottom of the fast group. So the last day, those races weren't quite in our favor, although we did have some good moments. We had moments like this one where I really this Dodge, there's some puckerage going on downstairs, we'll say.
Clear all round, 10th position. Your lap times are improving, this is good. Right side, clear right.
So one of the biggest things was brought to my attention that I need to work on is being a little bit more aggressive and not backing off quite so much. I think Glock in the chat was the one really trying to push this forward to me, and he's right. And that's one of the things that I really need to practice on, is getting into the mix and staying there and not freaking out, which I'm pretty good at doing. I feel like towards the end of the week I got better at that. Well, here's an example of sort of midweek where I was not handling it quite so well. Oh,
Car right.
don't do it.
Still there. Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
And then, like I said, here we are later in the week. I think handling it a little bit better, but maybe not quite so much perfectly yet.
Car right. Right side's clear. Car right. Still there. He's still there. Clear right. Oh no, Josh. Come on, mate. Defend your position.
We did have a couple really good races. I'm going to pick one of those out and we'll throw it up like we kind of do normally later on in the week to just have the full race up there. And then next week takes us to, in the turn series, I believe we are going to Summit Point, which we did really well at last season. That's where we had the couple wins at the end of the season on that one night, along with a few podiums. And again, that was being in the lower split for the wins and being pretty practiced and in the non-splitting races when we got the podiums. We'll see what we can do if we can get our times back to where they were. I'm a little concerned, but the Michelin Pilot Challenge is at Oulton Park, which was the first track that we ever got like laps where we led. We didn't get any wins there, but we had a pretty good showing, I think. As always, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman, hit follow there to join the races live. Things have been going pretty well. We've been having some pretty good average viewership, I think. And then also there's some subscribe buttons down there. If you hit those, it really helps out. It helps me know that I'm doing something worthwhile here. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Bye.